New World Order, you underestimated the people. You took a gamble and you lost.
Okay, we don't like this. Okay, well then we're going to do this, and that is just how it's going to be.
Evidence brought to light that there is a corrupt officer, or that that officer did shoot that kid on purpose.
I don't care how I look, I don't care how I sound, I don't care what the beat is. I just care the message gets across.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Weekly Report here on TWWRN. I'm your host, the TINMAN.
And I'm Lucid. You know what really fucking pisses me off?
Oh no, do we got another Grind Your Gears segment going here?
No,
but I'm the guy, motherfucker.
No, but I just want to let you guys know something. You know what? We're all human, okay? And we all have fucking bad days.
And I've got a buzzball.
Right. Like I said,
Don't even talk about your bad day. This thing is terrible.
But you're gonna drink it.
I'm gonna drink it.
Anyway,
Balls of fucking steel.
My bad day, or my bad last night and today, started last night, of course. My electronic cigarette, or my vape pen, whichever you call it, basically got dead last night.
It died.
My carbonizer went out on me, and carbonizers, as everybody who uses vape pens knows, shit is expensive. You can't just go out and replace it really fast. So I did the cheap and temporary solution tonight and bought myself a pack of these. Not the best alternative, I'll tell you, because these things, as everybody knows, is not good for you. Vape pens are probably not good for you either, but it's a way better alternative. You don't put that secondhand shit on everybody else. You don't put your bad habits on everybody
Unless
else.
you're smoking those and cigarettes too.
Yeah, those are bad for you too.
They need to get fucking yourself up.
Yeah, well, those cigarettes, dude, the ones that look like actual cigarettes like this, but they have a little light at the end, the electronic ones, those are not good for you anyway. Those cause nosebleeds, headaches, massive migraines. They cause, what's that fucking shit called? Pneumonia. They cause your lungs to fill up with liquid. It's insane. I actually experienced two of those symptoms.
I'm gonna fill myself up with liquid.
I experienced two of those symptoms. I experienced the nosebleeds and the headaches all the time. Never got the pneumonia or anything like that, but I was constantly coughing, so I switched over to vape penning. But anyway, back to subject. My vape pen goes out on me. Okay, so I don't have my nighttime nicotine fix. My stomach starts hurting me at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and it wakes me up out of a dead sleep. Okay, so I wake up. I guess he was awake during the whole thing, and he said he was having some kind of nightmares or something.
I've been having nightmares all night. He wakes me up in the morning, I kick him in the stomach.
This guy. Anyway, he was telling me how it kind of reminded him of the ring scoops thing, something like that.
Yeah, because one of the promos we shot for the E-Tailgate video we did for WrestleMania 25 had me puking in the toilet. If you want to get more details on that, hit up ringscoops.com and ask the webmaster there in regards to
Doc Wados.
Doc Wados.
Anyway, so I was up all night pretty much puking, and then I wake up this morning. I have to take my wife to work. She's on her lunch. I have to take her to work. I have to come back home. I have to take my daughter to school. I have to come back home. I have to go pick my wife up from work. I have to come back home. I have to pick my daughter up from school. I have to come back home. During the entire time of all this, okay, I'm trying to get dressed. I'm trying to have a good day. My tooth is killing me. I have half of a fucking wisdom tooth in the back of my mouth right now. It's a big hole with half a tooth in it. I went to go get dressed this morning, and my pants had a fucking rip in the ass section of my pants. I'm like, what the fuck happened? It looked like somebody put it through the fucking paper shredder. So I'm all pissed off about that. Me and my wife are having a conversation. We're talking about cutting my hair and, just making it all one length because I can't really afford to go get my hair cut, believe it or not. So I was like, all right, fine, let's do that, because I was just gonna buzz the shit off. But she doesn't like it when I buzz my head for some reason.
Yeah, you don't want to be like me.
Well, I mean, you kind of do a good job on your hair, so I figured if you could do it, I could do it, you know, so.
I've had a lot of practice.
Anyway, we do that, my hair comes out crappy. I had a lot of issues with that. I couldn't find my fucking hat today, so I thought I was going to have to get on camera with a fucked up hairdo. You know, I stubbed my toe, you know, I've had a lot of fucking issues today, and just saying this is just to tell you guys, we're all human, we all have to go through shit. Even if you're on that end watching us, or we're on this end, you know, making this video, or whatever, we're all human, we go through shit. And, you know, I feel for anybody that's ever had a fucking bad day like that. So,
yeah, but you know what?
And what is this, like our fourth fucking take?
Give or take, yeah.
Because something's gone wrong. The fucking camera's breaking, the fucking lighting's not right, people are fucking opening and closing the garage doors. I have to fucking clean the hose out for the hookah. You know, I originally wanted to light this fucking thing on camera so that you guys could see it all fucking sparkle. It looks like fireworks, dude. It's kind of cool. But,
that got fucked up.
That got fucked up, you know. I wanted to open the beer on fucking camera. I wanted him to take his first buzzball drink on camera, which taking a drink out of that is like taking your first drink no matter what anyway.
Yeah, every time you take a drink, it's like your first is like,
Yeah, I mean...
you know what? I will give it credit, though. It is better than Oak Arrogant Bastard. What the hell? I'll fucking plug in shit. You know, we got the fucking buzzball, got Budweiser, you got your fucking Camel cigarettes.
Yeah.
Are any of these people fucking sponsoring us?
We have, you know, Starbuzz hookah. Starbuzz charcoal on the hookah.
And none of these people are fucking sponsoring us. Have you seen anybody from this? Because I haven't.
No.
Hey, don't post that shit.
I had to. Anyway, the thing about it is that we haven't asked anybody to sponsor us either. Yeah. So that's kind of our fault and their fault. But
yeah,
anyway,
we'll get more to that later. But
yeah,
you know, you are having a bad day. But you know what? I had a bad day too. But yet we're still here. We're still doing this.
Right.
And believe it or not, we are actually recording this on Wednesday.
I am in extreme amounts of pain, just to let you guys know. I mean, I'm here doing this because we've made a dedication and, you know, a promise to you guys to do this once a week.
In fact, we are so fucking dedicated to this. We are shooting this a few days in advance because Friday we're busy shooting your music video.
Right.
And Saturday, which is the day that we are generally doing these videos, is Lucid's fucking birthday. So
I'm going to be 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to be...
I'm no longer a 20-year-old at that point.
Yeah.
I'm going to be 30, fucking middle-aged man and shit.
Fucking 10 years premature midlife crisis. Get ready for it.
Oh, no, I've already been through that in my 20s, dude. Those were my fucking days, dude. I'm like done. I'm married. I have kids. I have a family. There's no midlife crisis going on.
Well, nevertheless, we're here. We're here to cover the news. So let's get into our top story, which is ISIS beheading video is likely a fake. Reports are surfacing all over the world that the beheading video of reporter James Foley is most likely staged. Infowars.com reported on Monday, referencing an article from the UK Telegraph, that an international forensics company that does work for the British? What is a British? British police departments has concluded that the ISIS video is likely a fake, and that despite 6 knife slashes to the throat, there was no blood, and it does not show the actual beheading of James Foley. It only shows the knife slashes, shoddy-ass camera work, and it's followed up by a still shot of Foley's decapitated head resting on his body. And that's aside from the fact that Foley on the video was extremely calm and collected as he read his statements, which is contrary to the demeanor of someone about to die, suggesting that the execution took place after the camera stopped and was probably not even known by Foley at the time.
If that's the case.
Yeah. You know,
we're not debunking anything. We're just telling you the facts that we've researched and heard.
Yeah. Well, it's not clear as to why ISIS went through all this hassle to stage an on-camera killing only to kill Foley later on rather than just killing him on camera. But what is clear is the video is being used as a pretext
for a renewed U.S. strike on Syria, with Washington making their intentions known on Saturday to prepare for a new military assault on Syria.
Wow.
Yeah, they couldn't fucking play the old, weapons of mass destruction. Yeah, Bush kind of played that out, so that fucking bombed for them when they tried to do round 2, so they had to fucking come up with a new angle. But it's kind of stupid. I've addressed this before. These New World Order jack-offs obviously think the people are stupid because they keep doing the same shit over and over again, the same fucking shit. And they know we're on to them.
Thank you.
They know the people are fucking waking up to what's going on, so why are they doing the same old tactics?
And those of
the
you
Strongman's Handbook does not fucking work! Buzzball. Yeah!
Anyway.
Seriously.
Anyway, those of you who are not awake to these fucking things happening need to fucking wake up. Do your research. Don't just take what the mainstream media tells you as fact. It is not necessarily fact. You need to do your research on your own. You need to look things up in the computers. You need to look things up in your newspapers. Find a credible source somewhere in your area that you can actually do some research on this stuff.
Yeah, don't take our word for it. Fucking look it up yourself.
Yeah, we're just bringing this to light to you guys so that you guys can do the research on this yourself.
Alex Jones is what fucking woke me up back in the day. What did I do? I fucking paid attention to what he said. I researched everything, and over the course of time, it just fucking adds up. The shit adds up, and you go, you know what? There's something to this.
Agreed.
Yeah. Whether you follow Alex Jones, Jeff Rusty, TWWRN, Anonymous, Tea Party, Little Jimmy, whatever. But, it is what it is. People need to start researching the facts. It's obvious there's something going wrong. So just look into it.
Right.
What you got, Lucy?
Mine is about, my little tidbit here is about Russia being a target of the UK, UN, and Canada now.
Ooh,
yeah. Basically what I got in my notes that I took down here, or rather that you took down for me, because I was having a really terrible day today.
Hey, that's what I do. I get shit done.
Yeah, so here we go. The UN reported Thursday of Russian troops being actively involved in military counteractions with the Ukraine. The UN held a meeting regarding the crisis, which had U.S. envoy, I don't even know what the hell that says there, TINMAN, Samantha?
Yeah, Samantha
Power, demanding that Russia stop lying over this conflict. In addition to Obama raising the idea of fresh sanctions against Moscow and an outraged Europe who is urging Moscow to change course or suffer very serious consequences. Very serious is in quotations in these notes because this is exactly what Obama said.
Yeah. That was what the UK said. It doesn't.
You said Obama.
Yeah, the article did not specify who said it. It just said UK representatives.
Okay.
This was
so then it was the UK representatives.
Yeah, this was off of Yahoo News, published by the UN.
Right. So you guys could actually go to Yahoo News, look up this article, and read it for yourselves if you guys like. But my point about this is I was reading the actual report of this, which is this information that you have down here, dude, is very, very all the meat and potatoes of the document itself. Because I read up on the article myself, and it was saying, oh, Canada posted a map, oh, UK posted a map, oh, the UN posted a map, and it was just like a bunch of fucking
the troll war, the map troll war.
Yeah, with these countries posting maps about a certain segment of the country not being Russia.
Yeah, Russia and then not Russia.
Yeah, Russia and not Russia. And like, it struck me as kind of odd because this seems like it's a bitching war at each other more than it is actual conflict. Actually, that's how the news report came off to me in Yahoo News. When in fact he came up with the meat and potatoes of it. I mean, this all says a bunch of shit in here that this person said that, this person said that, and there's actually a conflict going on. What I got out of it was that it was some fucking, stupid, crazy bitch on her period behind a computer screen in one country, and, some faggot in another country, and, some some incredibly smart person in another country, all going to war about what's Russia and what's not Russia. I mean, it just makes no fucking sense. It just seems like a bunch of people who are you spit in my face, I spit in yours type of deal.
Well, you know what it all comes down to, right? Russia gave Snowden asylum. Putin turned his back on the New World Order. So now the New World Order lackeys and the New World Order heads, the 15 families, they're all butthurt. They got their knickers in a fucking twist. And like, okay, so you're going to oppose us? Fine. You're now an enemy of the New World Order. Your ass is now on notice. That's why they keep putting him on fucking blast. That's why that plane, that Malaysian airline, was shot down when it was supposed to be his airline. You know, all this shit ties together. Putin turned his back on the New World Order, and the New World Order's a butthurt child. Just like Kennedy, only this time they didn't manage to kill Putin like they did Kennedy, and they're just a butthurt child.
Which in turn makes this just a fucking you spit in my face, I spit in yours type of thing again. So,
well, what else can they do at this point? Their game is already out in the open. You know, what can they do other than have a fucking pissing match?
That's what I'm saying. You may as well just whip them out, grab a measuring tape, see whose is bigger. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. I mean, if you're gonna fucking just be like, oh, this is not Russia, this is Russia. Well, this is Russia, that's not Russia, and that fucking whatever. Just whip them out, guys. See whose is bigger and call it a fucking day. Yeah. Stop spitting in each other's faces like it's the thing to fucking do.
And one thing I do need to point out, you know, it's not necessarily the country's fault as far as the people are concerned. It's the government representatives of the respective country. It's not fucking the people of Canada who fucking made this meme. It's the fucking government agencies of Canada taking it upon themselves to act like children, little trolls, and vice versa. You know, it's not the people's fault, so don't blame the country as a whole as far as the people are concerned, because your government officials, their government officials
are idiots.
Exactly. Thank you. Buzzballs hitting me. Okay.
Is that your pastime? There too. Buzzballs.
Buzzy balls. Oh, speaking of electronics, let's get into our next article.
Ooh, killswitch.
Yes. Killswitch bill has passed in California.
Wonderful.
NBC News reports Tuesday that on Monday, August 25th, California Governor Jerry Brown signed legislation requiring all smartphones sold to have a kill switch in case of loss or theft. This is said to be in response to what authorities are calling an epidemic of statewide phone thefts. An epidemic, mind you, that remained completely unaddressed to the public until after the legislation's proposal. However, there have been numerous reports concerning police misconduct being videotaped. You know, we see the videos all the time. And all of this has led to the public's suspicion that this bill will be used more to kill the phones near police activity to prevent the public from filming any questionable police activity. And naturally, this concern has many activist communities and California residents even in an uproar calling for the repeal of the legislation.
You know, I also heard just today, in which I haven't been able to actually touch base on this subject at all, but I actually heard today that they're actually doing something with Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger has been reported to be doing the same thing that Xbox One was doing with the Big Brother thing, where they were able to look through your cameras and see what's going on. Facebook Messenger supposedly takes away all the privacy of your phone, and they can access your camera at any time. So, lo and behold, you know, me and my wife found out about this. We took Facebook Messenger off our phone immediately, which is one of the reasons why I don't own an Xbox One. You know, I love Xbox, but you know what? I go with PlayStation only for the plain and simple fact that you don't have to have a fucking camera.
Yeah, that was to do with the Kinect the next generation of the Kinect thing, and now
but that was for Xbox One because
now it's being integrated into everything. I heard something a while back that even PlayStation 4 was considering doing that, but with the fucking shit that Xbox and Microsoft got for it, they decided to back out of it. And this is also going on with Nintendo when they were going to bring out the Wii U.
Yeah, well, the thing about this is that the Xbox One actually had a feature in the Xbox itself that you would not be able to power up and play your Xbox without the camera being connected. And that right there, I have a problem with.
Yeah, well, I also heard as well that, having stuff like Netflix on that, it would actually use your camera to charge you per person if you were watching movies. So say you were watching a movie on your Xbox, and then I came in. They would then charge you an additional fee for me having been in the room to watch the movie with you.
Yeah, see, and now that right there is not fair, because what if a guest just happened to come over to my house in the middle of a movie? What if I pause the movie? Are you still going to charge me that fee? What if he just walked in from the other bedroom from taking a nap and I'm watching a movie? You're going to charge me another fucking fee because he woke up? That's bullshit.
Exactly. But
my main concern about this whole fucking Kinect thing and this whole Facebook Messenger thing with the iPhones and this whole fucking kill switch with the iPhones thing is that, they don't want us to have our privacy, but they want to have their fucking privacy. And they want to have access to everything, but they don't want us to have access to anything.
Didn't you know we're the equivalent of roaches?
Well, on that token,
they're the big badasses. They're all hell.
Well, on that token too, as far as that goes,
incestuous fucks.
You better fucking
15 families.
Jesus
fucking
Christ, this guy won't shut up.
I can't shut up. We've already covered this. But you got the 15 fucking families the Illuminati who only fucking integrate amongst themselves and will only marry women outside of the Illuminati. For the most part, it's just a fucking big family affair for them. It's fucking high-class cousin fuckers.
Okay, what that has to do with Xbox One and phones, I have no idea.
No, it's just that these fucking people think that they're better than us, and when, in retrospect, they're nothing but fucking trailer park trash with money.
Okay, I can see your point there. But my main thing is that they want to have their privacy, but they don't want us to have ours. They want to be able to access everything, but they don't want us to have access to anything. They want all the weapons, but they want us to be defenseless. It goes hand in hand with the Second Amendment rights. All that shit. And my main thing is you better put a fucking kill switch in every kind of digital camera or every kind of fucking microphone or even tape recorders at that point, because you know what? Not everybody uses a camera phone to document. Some people have camcorders in their fucking car just in case something goes down. Some people have digital cameras in their car just in case they want to take family photos on a family trip and they just have it ready to go. I know I personally had a digital camera in my car before the camera got stolen. Just in case me and my wife and my kids decided to take a trip and we wanted to go to the mountains or we wanted to go to the beach, we'd have a camera to take pictures. Not everybody uses media the same way. So if you're going to put the kill switch in the phones, you better put one in every fucking media outlet or media capture on the face of the planet.
I'm sure they're going to, but as far as the people's concerns, if you can't get this legislation overturned, if you want to make sure the cops are held accountable, get a fucking HD cam. There's no internet access on shit like that. You can get a little cheapy one at fucking Best Buy for like $100. And you can carry that with you in your pocket. If you see fucking shit popping off, fucking bust out your camera, videotape it, plug it into your computer when you get home, pop it on YouTube. Or if you can't, just use your old smartphone.
Yeah. Use one that's not activated that they can't turn off.
Yeah, that's why I have that other smartphone aside from my regular phone. It's not hooked up. It's an old ass fucking 4G phone, and I carry it with me. Fucking play my music on, and if I catch some shit popping off when I'm out and about, I can bust it out and record it on the go.
I have a little quick question too. Speaking of your camera phone and having that on you at all times.
Yo,
whatever happened with that parade thing from the beach?
I have not touched on that yet. I have not gotten a chance to edit that yet because of all the other shit we've been dealing with.
Right.
But I will be posting that. It will be a couple weeks late, but what Lucid is referencing is
the Krishna parade.
The Krishna parade that took place out near Muscle Beach.
Yeah, they have it once a year, and my wife's friend's father is a believer and a follower of their ways. Not necessarily it's not necessarily a religion, which he'll touch on that more later.
Yeah,
in that video.
I've got video interviews. I've got shots of the parade floats being set up. Got dancing, concert footage, the parade itself. I've got the
it's actually all kind of cool looking. You know what I mean? Like
I'll be posting that soon.
You got the protesters and everything, huh?
I got the protesters. That was actually beautiful. One of the protesters got into a fight with one of the
funny, dude.
One of the parade reps.
Yeah, that's
while I was conducting the interview.
That's funny because these protesters are actually Christians, and they believe in nonviolence or whatever, what have you, do unto the other, turn the other cheek. But there's Christian protesters there starting fights with these people who believe in nothing but peace and harmony and happiness and you know, fun and good things. And you know, like I said, he'll touch on that all later. But I mean, it's a good fucking little.
Yeah, but you know what's funny about what you just said?
What's up?
With the whole Christians fucking targeting other religions and shit. You notice they fucking do that shit all the fucking time. But yet, when an atheist or somebody fucking pops off at them, leave us alone.
Yeah.
Live and let live. Well, you don't let people live and let live if they don't agree with, you know, it's live and let live unless they believe what you believe.
I personally am a professed Christian, but I don't believe in shoving your beliefs and morals down other people's throats if they don't want to hear it. You know, keep it out there. If you are able to deliver the message, then do it. But if people don't want to hear it, just fucking leave them alone. Well, you know what I mean? Being a protester against peace and harmony, dude, is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Well, there's a meme out there. It had that one lady who played Professor McGonagall from Harry Potter. And it says, "Religion is like a penis. It's a perfectly fine thing to have, but the second you whip it out and start shaking it around in my face, then we have a problem."
Right.
And I agree, you know, believe what you want to believe, but don't force your beliefs on everybody else. It's like I told the person who called me anti-Semitic. You don't know shit. Nobody does. Nobody knows what's right in the world. For all you know, the fucking Bible couldn't reach China. So God sent Buddha. The Bible couldn't reach the Native Americans. So maybe he sent the Book of Mormon. You don't know. The Lord works in mysterious ways. So don't pretend that just because you have the Bible or are well versed in the Bible that you've got it all figured out. Because 42,000 different Christian religions teaching variations of the same book is a clear demonstration that humanity cannot get shit straight.
Well, I wouldn't think that it's. I don't want to get into it too deeply here, but I've already voiced my opinion on a past topic on this. The little 10-minute segments of aliens, gods, and fucking religion, oh my, or whatever the fuck you play.
By the way, that will never happen again.
But anyway, on that note, basically, all these different types of religions were meant to reach out to different types of people. Yeah. We're not all cookie cutter motherfuckers, okay? We're not all the same. We don't think the same, we don't dress the same, we don't talk the same, we don't act the same. Okay, we don't have the same moral and values, we're not brought up the same, yada yada yada. Therefore, our outlook and opinions on things and the way we retain and receive information is different. So therefore there are these different religions.
Exactly.
We're all on the same fucking team here, guys. We really are. It's just the way we receive the information and the way that we deliver the information is different.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that meme says. It's like a penis. A perfectly fine thing to have, but the second you start whipping it out and shaking it in my face, we got a problem.
Right.
Speaking of penises, in a moment we're going to cut to Mr. Giggles for a review on sexual education. And in the future, when we start getting more in depth with this project, we're going to be doing advertising and whatnot. So if you want to advertise your shit on our radio show, hit us up with the details and we'll sort out everything. we'll probably be plugging our activist buddies like Grandmaster Robin, Asshole Blogger, also known as More Ticket Tyranny, and King Cole. John Connor is a part of the TWWRN, but fucking
yeah, but we're advertising his shit too.
Grandmaster Revan, King Cole, and the Asshole Blogger, which are features of ours. We'll advertise them, and anybody else, hit us up if you want us to plug your stuff. You don't have to be an activist. We'll plug your stuff, especially if you're a friend of ours. We're all about helping people out. That's what activists do. They help people out.
I think it's about time, though. Mr. Giggles. Yeah, I think Mr. Giggles is getting kind of antsy. So,
well, Mr. Giggles, Mr. Giggles, he's a horny motherfucker. So let's cut to Mr. Giggles for the educational segment regarding sex education.
Sitting in my house and I know that I'm alone. Feeling kinda horny, got a tingle in my bones. Go and grab a penthouse, it's the one with Sharon Stone. Hey, masturbator. Go a little faster and it's feeling kinda nice. Once ain't enough, so I have to do it twice. You wanna spank the monkey, I can give you good advice. Hey, masturbator. Some baby oil or a little Vaseline. I'm laying down a towel, cover clean. Never shake my hand cause you don't know where it's been. Hey, masturbator. 4 times! When I'm driving down the street, one hand on the wheel and the other on my knee. I can't get out the car cause I'm sticking to the seat. Hey, masturbator. Sheep in the backpack. How low does he go? Since I was a kid, I have been a masturbator. Choke the chicken, hold the knob, squeezing the tomato. I flipped her this November, now I'm gonna take a raider. Hey, masturbator. Buffing the banana, miss the lizard, shaking bacon. Pounding on the flounder and it's mayonnaise I'm making. The carrot got my hand taken. Hey, masturbator.
Play a different song, please. Making me horny.
Oh, wow, dude. Really? You made Mr. Giggles do that shit? Why? Why would you let him?
Why not? If you can't laugh, what's the fucking point of life? It's like we were discussing with Connor the other night.
Jesus.
What's the point of life if you can't laugh? Speaking of Connor, we did speak with him last night. He is back in action. He's going to be making some videos. He was supposed to have some videos up today, but now I got to go back and yell at him.
But I wanted to bring something to light here, too.
What are we talking about now?
Just real quick. It's just a real quick thing. Connor was telling me that he feels like, well, I overheard him talking to you, rather. I was like already on my way to bed. But he said that we're hiding behind sunglasses. We're hiding behind suits and fancy ties. So you know what? I don't have my sunglasses on today. I have my seeing glasses on.
Yeah, well, the first part of the segment, I didn't have my glasses on, so.
No, I know. I noticed that too. But what I just wanted to point that out, we're not hiding behind anything. In fact, we discussed it earlier today, and we're going to actually have one show every month where we don't dress up. We're actually just going to be in fucking sloppy ass shit. I'm not even going to brush my hair, motherfuckers. So,
he threatened to sit here in his fucking pajamas.
Oh no, I didn't threaten. That's going to happen. Probably the next 1 or 2 that we do, I'm going to sit in them on my pajamas.
Yeah, and the reason for the sunglasses, guys, as far as I am concerned, is because when I'm sitting in front of my fucking webcam, especially back in the day when I was fucking doing my shit, I would have my fucking notes on my screen, and it would act as sort of a teleprompter. And I think you guys want me more looking at you guys, a fucking one-on-one conversation. So I don't think you want me looking at the camera going da 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 da. I think you would rather have me, hey guys, what's up, blah blah blah.
The cool thing about this video shoot, though, when we do these ones for the weekly report, is that not everybody's going to get to see this anyway. We actually get to be more casual anyway. This is more of
suited. It's going to be more suited for radio.
That's what I'm saying.
So, we could sit here and do whatever the fuck we want. We could sit here fucking naked if we wanted to.
No,
I don't want to sit here naked.
No, thank you.
Naked with you,
I'm good.
you know, maybe if a few of my groupies want to come over, you know, that's cool.
Not to mention any names.
You know, we'll turn it into kind of a Howard Stern kind of shit. But, oh, dude. Fuck you. Yes.
I saw what your plans were.
Which one, though? I've dated quite a few.
I didn't specify, but I know who, and you know I know who you know who.
Yeah, well.
The boat can't get See, that's the thing, though. I can be a little whore. Like, you know, I'm not a whore. I don't fucking charge for it. I'm a fucking slut.
Some sluts charge for it, though.
Then they're whores. I'm just a slut. But let's go ahead and get into our fucking
main debate here.
Our main debate.
Right. I'll let you go ahead and start it off because you're the one that I found that video. Okay, I found that video about the elephant in the room video.
You know, why do we have to go back to this again? It's like the Jungle Book. Don't start that shit again.
Well, I'm just saying.
They didn't say
I found that video.
Also what they did, but
I found that video, and this guy fucking said it better than I ever could have. In fact, I'll have TINMAN here post the link to that video in the description.
That Elephant Man video, correct?
The Elephant in the Room video?
Yeah. Was it Elephant in the Room? Or
yeah, it was
Elephant Man?
No, it was Elephant in the Room. This guy, in fact, his name is Jim Henson.
Did you just frame it?
Believe it or not.
You know what that reminds me of? Fucking... What's his name? Skit. From No Cure for Cancer. Oh, fucking...
Yeah, no,
Dennis Leary.
Yeah, Dennis Leary.
Yeah, when he was doing his skit on Jim Henson's death. He's like, I think I got a cold. And a chill filled the room. But it was an elephant in the room.
But anyway, he was a ex-special forces. He trained police how to use weapons. He was basically an expert on the use of lethal force, when it's appropriate, when it's not appropriate, so on and so forth. So we're gonna post that description in the description down on the bottom
in the video,
because I want you guys to watch it and grasp your own opinion about it. And in fact, if you guys have an opportunity and a chance to, just send a message stating your opinion about that video. It'd be nice to know what you guys think as well.
Okay, well, get into some of the dynamics. What do you want to cover here?
Well, the Ferguson shooting. Okay, everybody was under the impression that this was a 13-year-old, an underage, minor kid that got shot in cold blood by the police. No, this is not what happened. The kid was 18. Okay, he was still young, but he was accountable for his actions at that point. He was legally an adult. He robbed a liquor store earlier that morning, okay? The video camera in the liquor store caught him using force to the store owner, tossing him like a rag doll, it says, in quotation marks, tossing him like a rag doll across the store. Okay, so he used physical violence. He got physical with the store owner. Second, there's this supposed video that this guy was friends with the liquor store owner, called his buddy from around the corner to come and watch come and shoot this guy on camera. Well, what happened before the camera started rolling? From the time the guy made the phone call after the robbery to the time the guy got there with the camera, and then the police showed up and shot the kid. Well, nobody knows. Only the people that were actual eyewitnesses there know. I can't even speculate what happened because there's just too many possibilities, and I don't want to go that deep into it. But the main thing is he had a knife, and he was flourishing it around. In fact, I think the video about the elephant in the room sheds light on the subject about him actually getting physical with a cop. This kid was 18 years old, but he was like 6'3" and like 200 and some odd pounds. Lethal force is used to defend yourself when necessary. Now, if this guy got into a grappling match with an officer, that kid was the size of a fucking linebacker. And this is word for word what he said in the video, in that elephant in the room video. The kid was the size of a linebacker, And if he got in a grappling match with an officer who was probably about average size, maybe a little bit bigger than average size because, you know, police have to have that little advantage, you know, he was saying that this kid would have gone from a crazy criminal to, you know, crazy felon, because if he got in a grappling match, he could have grabbed the officer's gun and he would have went into felon and the kid would have got shot anyway. More people probably would have got hurt. So, in my opinion, which I've been trying to say this whole fucking time, even in the last video before we even knew every single fact before it was released, was we didn't have all the facts. We could only speculate. And this is something that Connor was stating last night. You know, we bring these stories to you guys as they break, so we don't always have every fucking fact brought together.
Yeah, it's like the New Brunswick shooting. When we reported it, we didn't have all the facts. We only based it on the information that we had. Connor and I spent 2 days straight, no sleep, nothing, listening to police scanners and reporting on this as often as we could when there was relevant updates.
So,
you know,
my saying this in that respect, there, Tin Man, what are your opinions now that this new evidence has been brought to light? I mean, do you think that lethal force was necessary at this point?
Okay, well, question, is this fact or is this man's opinion? I'm assuming that this guy...
this is fact.
If this guy is reporting on this, he's got his fucking facts straight. He's got his ducks in a row.
No, this is fact, because the kid is 18 years old, okay, which makes him an adult. He did have a knife. He was using force earlier that morning against a store owner, which he threw across the fucking room like a rag doll, quote unquote.
Okay.
Also, he even brought speculation to light if he got in a grappling match with that officer, that he could grab his gun.
The question is, did he get into a grappling match with any police officer?
No, he just speculated that could have possibly happened if the lethal force wasn't used. Now, you could tase these kinds of people all day long, but you know what? I've seen people on PCP punch through solid glass windows, you know, on a fucking windshield of a car. Being a police explorer, I've seen people, you know, all kinds of crazy shit happen, dude. I've seen a guy break every bone in his body, get up and walk away because he was on PCP, got hit by a car, boom.
Okay, well...
And walk away.
Even so, you know, does that constitute killing another human being? You know, granted, you know, if there was like a scuffle or something, you know, shots fired, you know, trying to defend yourself, you know, you can't see where exactly the bullets are going, but you just fucking...
Why does it have to be taken to that point?
Yeah, that's my point exactly. Why does it have to be taken to that point?
No, I'm saying you're saying like why couldn't he wait until there was a scuffle? Why does he have to wait?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
The kid was crazy. He was yelling at the top of his lungs, "Just kill me! Just kill me! Just kill me!" with the fucking knife in his hand.
Okay, well, isn't that the fucking job of the fucking police to serve and protect? Like that movie we watched the other day with Adam Sandler. I forget what it was called. Could you reference the name of that movie, please?
What do you mean? What
movie? That movie the other day, the movie that we watched the other day with Adam Sandler, where he was the widower of a 9/11 tragedy.
Oh, that's called Reign Over Me?
Yeah, Reign Over Me. He did the similar fucking thing. And in the movie, the fucking one cop fucking had the gun on him, and the other cop fucking came up behind him and fucking took him down.
Maybe there wasn't that option. Maybe that option was not available. You know.
Okay, well, what about shooting this guy in the leg or in the shoulders?
Maybe the kid was behind a bench or something where he couldn't be shot. You know, they have those fucking little stone pillars outside the shops all the time so that cars don't run into the shops.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's all subject. I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know the layout of the land right there in front of where he got shot. But I'm probably pretty sure he was behind a car, you know, probably holding himself hostage, a police hostage.
Well, if he was out in the open saying, fucking kill me, the likelihood he was probably out.
Well, I don't know if he was in the open. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we weren't there. You know, this is...
My thing is that the only opinion that really matters on this fucking subject, the only opinion that really matters is the officer that shot the kid first. That's the only fucking opinion that matters.
Well,
the main officer
here's where that comes
responding to the call.
Yeah, here's where that comes into question. The credibility of police officers, not just the individual police officers, but police as a whole. Because we've had issues especially in recent years with the documentation on cell phones, where police are just getting out of hand and they're going fucking nuts. They're beating the shit out of people. They're shooting people that are in the back of their squad cars handcuffed. I mean, there's so much shit that
those are just several reports that are brought to light. You know, you always hear about the police shooting of an innocent person.
Yeah, you always hear about the bad shit, but you never hear about the good shit.
Right.
I do.
And you're saying, you know, police as a whole, you can't grasp everything as a whole, because the police officers here had nothing to do with the police officers over there in the Ferguson shooting. The only two police officers that had anything to do with that were those two police officers that shot that kid. Well, and it's like, 1 second, Tinman. It's like saying, well, there's more car crashes than there are plane crashes, and you know the ratio of plane crashes to car crashes is astronomical. Well, you can't typically say that traveling by plane is safer in that instance, because not everybody fucking flies a plane. You know, everybody on the face of the earth, for the most part, drives a car. There's at least one car to every family on the face of the fucking planet. At least. Right. Unless you live in like a third world country and can't fucking afford one, you're walking or riding a bike. You know, but I'm saying for the most part in North America, almost every family in North America has one vehicle that they get around in. Okay, so that's one vehicle for every 3 to 4 people. Okay, how many people are there in North America? Tally that up, divide it by by one car per family. That's how many cars are out there, roughly. That's not stating the people that own 2 or 3 cars. That's not stating the people that have 2 and 3 different families living in one house and they have 2 or 3 different fucking vehicles that they travel out of at one point in time.
That's just a general statistic.
Right. So you take that into consideration. You can't judge one individual police officer's actions
based on the actions of everybody.
Right, because that's not how it works. It's a case-by-case scenario.
Yeah, and in respect, you are right to that. But here's the problem, you know, and I know what you're relating that to, and that was in reference to my Facebook post when you and I were talking online.
Well, I just wanted to bring that to
even
light.
Even though we live in the same fucking house.
Right.
For the audience, we were discussing this publicly on Facebook, and I posted the statistic that Americans are 8 times more likely to be killed by a police officer than in a terrorist attack.
Which, in reference to that statement really fast, here was my response to that statement. Terrorists generally don't live in the country that they terrorize, okay, unless you're here doing a mission. So you would have to chalk that up to maybe 25 or 30.
Incident, in reference to the incident, it would refer to here, statistically.
Okay, well, statistically still, that doesn't make any sense, because terrorists don't generally live in the place that they're terrorizing. They come from other countries, they do their mission, and they leave. They don't give a shit.
Or they're dead.
Right, or they die in their terrorist actions. So, stating that, you would have to...
You have a longer fuse.
Right, okay.
I love that. I love that.
Anyway.
I'm drunk.
20, it's probably like a 25 or 30 to 1 ratio of how many fucking terrorists and how many police officers are here in the United States at any given time. Now, bringing that scenario to light, how is it even possible? It would actually be a 32 to 1 percentage that you would get shot by a cop and not a terrorist. In which point in time, that statistic still wouldn't make sense, because terrorists don't live in the country that they normally attack.
Yeah, well, it's still, you know, the action itself happens within the country. So it doesn't matter where in the world these people live. What it comes down to, as far as the statistic is concerned, is where the incident takes place.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, there's only one attack, one terrorist mission, as opposed to how many fucking different cities, how many different precincts, how many different sheriffs there are out there. You know, the likelihood of getting killed by a cop here in the United States, yeah, it may be 8 to 1. But, on the other hand, police deal with crazy motherfuckers every day. You know what I mean? Terrorists only have to deal with crazy motherfuckers one day.
Yeah, you gotta take into account, you know, you've got a few dozen reports of corrupt police officers in various cities. you also got to take into account that there are at least 20 to 40 police officers in any given city, and each state has roughly a minimum of 40 cities.
Okay.
Depending on the state and its size.
Okay.
Okay, so in that respect, you would be validated. Here's the issue of the people. There has been an escalation in police-related violence. You know, where
only because
people are
of
getting
smartphones nowadays. I mean, that's just because of technology. I mean,
Yeah,
this may have been happening
that's
all along, and nobody knew about it because nobody could record it.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the kicker: this shit is happening where it shouldn't be happening.
Hey, you know what? We're all humans, and we make our judgment calls, dude.
Yeah,
like
and
I
I
told you in my
think-
post on Facebook. You know, we as people trust and expect these people to protect us. Why can't we trust and respect and expect their opinions when it comes to lethal force? Why are we all tree-hugging liberals at this point? I don't get it.
It's not a matter of being a tree-hugging liberal. Here's what it comes down to, and please don't interrupt me, especially considering I'm drunk off my ass already, so please bear with me. Here's the issue. You've got a lot of police violence taking place. Police needlessly beating up people on the streets, in the prison systems, killing people where they probably shouldn't have been killed. The people have a big problem with that. The police are here to serve and protect. Their job is to bring people to justice, not execute justice. So if a person is acting like a dumbass, you know, and acting stupid, the first objective is to subdue this person. If that can't be accomplished, taser him. Basically what I'm saying is killing a person should always be the last result as a human being. And, you know, going back to what you said with human nature, you know, that is an understandable thing, you know, fight or flight, kill or be killed. That is understandable. That's human nature. But from a police standpoint, they are trained professionals, so they have to be held to a higher moral standard.
Agreed. But on the same token, on the flip side, dude, you got to take into consideration this. Okay? You're saying that police are here to serve and protect. No, they're not here to serve and protect. They're here to protect. That's it. They're not here to serve you. They're here to protect you. That's it. Just like our military.
Well, that was
now. Hold on.
Okay.
Now, in that light, okay, you said that police should not be able to deal out justice. They should bring people in so that they can be brought to justice by the court systems.
The judicial system.
Okay.
That's what it's there for.
Okay, but listen to this. Why do our police officers carry guns? If they're not allowed to dish out justice, why do they carry guns? Why do they carry any kind of weapons at all?
Well, I'm not saying
They should be unarmed
I'm not
security
saying guns are not a necessity. I'm just saying your firearm should, as a police officer, your firearm should be your last result. You're referring this to the military, but they are not.
No, I'm not referring it to the military. I'm just saying that
in a sense, you have been comparing it to the military in some respects. Here's the kicker with that. You know, these people are civil servants of the public. We pay their taxes. They are here to serve and protect us, as per their original motto, to serve and protect. It used to be on the police cars back in the day.
It was on some police cars in some precincts.
Yeah.
That is not necessarily the motto in all precincts. You know, some are determination, diligence, and dedication.
digress.
You know, some things are like that. I mean, they all have different mottos, and it's because of those different mottos that makes them diverse.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. You know, back to what I was saying. The police are not military. They are civil servants here to bring criminals to justice, not execute justice. You know, are you familiar with posse comitatus?
Yes, of course.
Okay, it's, for those of you who don't know, it is an old piece of legislation that separated military from police, because The Founding Fathers did not want a militarized police state like what we're heading into. You know, the police would be there to serve and protect for all intents and purposes. They would be there to do their job, arrest and book them, and and then continue with due process and all that shit. Okay? And I'm not saying that police shouldn't have guns, but killing a person should always be a person's last resort, whether you're a fucking civilian or a fucking police officer. They're not military. This is not a police state.
I'm sorry, but I completely fucking disagree with you, dude.
Okay.
I'm sorry, and here's the reason why. Okay, if there is a guy that comes up to you and says, I'm gonna go rape this fucking girl, you don't do anything about it. He goes and rapes that girl. Okay, he comes back and says, I just raped that girl. What, you arrest him for it then? No, you arrest him for it prior to that. Okay, let's say that this kid had a knife on him. They don't know what else he fucking has on him. They know what he did do earlier that day, and they know what he's capable of. Now, are they going to wait for this kid to fucking kill somebody before they kill him? No, they're going to fucking take that punk ass down now. And that is the right thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. Take him down.
In any manner necessary.
Yeah, if it proves necessary.
6'3". Okay, he's 6'3". Rubber bullets probably wouldn't do a whole lot to him. Who knows if he was cracked out because of how crazy he was acting on camera?
Shoot him in the. In this instance, shoot him in the fucking kneecaps.
What if he was behind the car, like I stated earlier?
That's a possibility. If you have to kill him, kill him. But if you can avoid it and take him into custody, then that should be the case.
There's some instances though, and most of these instances, okay, just for instance, okay, just for example here. How much do you know about the Rodney King movie?
Quite a bit, actually.
No, nobody knows a fucking thing because nobody knows what happened to those officers. Nobody knows what those officers went through, and nobody knows what happened before that fucking videotape started running, dude. Nobody fucking knows, except for the officers and Rodney fucking King, dude. That's it.
Okay, well, at that point, you know, if they had him in cuffs, throw him in the back of the squad car, hook him, you know, he's hooked, book it. You know, you don't need to beat the shit out of a person. You know, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier.
Maybe he was struggling to the point to where they couldn't get him in the back of the cop car.
Okay. Well, does that deserve to have half a dozen cops beating the living shit out of you? It's like,
if you're resisting arrest, fuck yeah.
Okay.
If you are resisting an arrest like a fucking animal, dude, and you get caught for a crime, are you gonna fucking sit there and try to beat up a cop and get away? Are you? Any normal person on the face of this planet is not gonna bring a knife to a gunfight. Okay? Every normal person on the face of this planet, once they're caught, they're fucking caught. Okay, you got me. Fucking take me in. That's a normal person's fucking reaction. A fucking animal's fucking reaction is to fight back and try to get away. That is the animal's reaction. When my dog gets in trouble, he tries to get away from me. He doesn't want to fucking get in trouble. That's an animal's natural reaction, is to run away from their master or from the person that's in charge. Okay, that's an animal's fucking reaction. A human being's reaction should be like, okay, fuck, you caught me, take me in. I'm not going to struggle.
Well,
Like
I said, it's not about one issue. It's about a culmination of issues and saying, hey, we see a pattern here. There's a fucking problem.
There's no
people
pattern.
who should not be police officers.
There is no pattern, dude. The standard for police officers nowadays is the same standards, if not higher standards, than they were fucking 40 years ago, 60 years ago. It's the same fucking standards, if not higher standards, which lends credence to the fact that it's the electronics, it's the technology that is bringing this stuff to light. It's not any different.
Okay, so it's not any different, but that doesn't change the fact that wrong is wrong. If you get pulled over for a traffic violation, is it right that fucking shit should fucking get hostile? You know, there have been instances where people have gotten pulled over for traffic violations, they got fucking ripped them out of their fucking car and beat the living shit out of them.
If I fucking get caught by... Right? Just listen to this. If I get caught by a fucking police officer and I restrain or I resist arrest in any way, shape, or form, shoot me in the fucking head. Because I deserve it at that point. Seriously.
Okay, well, at that point, you're heading into kind of a dictatorship system. You know, that's what the the soldiers in Nazi Germany did. That's what Stalin's people did. That's what Mao's people did.
No. What I'm saying is if you can't follow the fucking rules and you can't, man up and take responsibility for your actions, then you need to be taken down, whether it's with a taser, whether it's with rubber bullets, whether it's with tear gas, whether it's with an M16 or a fucking nuclear strike. Take responsibility for your fucking actions. This kid has taken the ultimate responsibility, and yeah, it's a tragic fucking thing. I will agree with you on that. But if I had a gun and you came into my house with a knife, I'm gonna shoot you. I don't care where I hit you, I'm gonna shoot your fucking ass. I don't want you coming at me with a knife. I don't want you coming at my family with a knife.
Yeah, and you referenced that video where that guy fucking took the same action, and you said, well, it's okay for him. Why is it okay? Why is it not okay for the police?
Right.
Well, like I said, the police are held to a higher standard. It is their job to apprehend criminals and bring them to start the
apprehension at this point with that kid being 6'3" and 200 some odd pounds. Apprehension is not an option. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Okay.
He has a knife. A knife.
Did the police officer try to taser him?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay.
I wasn't there.
Did he try to tear gas him? Did he rubber bullet his ass?
Maybe those options weren't available to him. Maybe all he had on him was his piece.
Well, I know for a fact that officers, aside from handcuffs, on their belts, they have their firearms. They have taser with at least 3 clips, 1 loaded and 2 spares. Handcuffs and 2 to 3 cans of mace or pepper spray.
It's 1 can. And pepper spray ain't gonna do shit to anybody except for incapacitate you. It doesn't mean that you're not gonna still be able to flash your fucking knife around and possibly injure somebody.
Police are also trained in Panda Salat.
Yeah, but what good is Panda fucking Salat, dude, with a knife? Nothing.
See, that's why I prefer Shaolin.
It doesn't matter what you fucking know, dude. It's who's got the bigger fucking gun.
Yeah, well,
if you come at me, even though you know Shaolin or whatever the fuck it is you just said, if you came at me and there was a knife nearby, I would grab my fucking knife. I'm sorry, dude, but I'm winning that fucking fight. And that's the mentality of a police officer.
Take this. Fucking act like it's a fucking knife. Fucking come at me with it. Bam!
Yeah, but see, that's not the point I was getting at.
That's Panda Salat and also Shaolin. Here's where
that makes no fucking sense. You knew I was coming at you with the knife. That makes no fucking sense.
That is what I learned.
See, if I went like this right here, you didn't even know I was coming to you. I just stabbed you in the chest.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get. I wasn't expecting that.
Okay, neither were the police officers.
But the police officer are trained to expect that.
Maybe it was because he was going to act like he put the knife down, and as the police officers came in,
see, I just stabbed him. At the point you fucking came at me and fucking jabbed the fucking pipe in my chest, that's a completely different scenario.
No, it's not.
You and I are friends.
You knew I had it in my hand.
I'm not expecting you to fucking come at me, but in a situation where there's a hostile environment and this person, the officer knows that this person's coming at them, that has to be expected. That the police officers are trained not to trust the people. They are trained to expect these types of scenarios.
As everybody is.
Yeah, and
even civilians are trained from birth not to trust strangers. Yeah. What did your mom tell you? Don't trust strangers. Don't go home with strangers. Don't take candy from strangers, right?
Well,
it's the same fucking thing.
Here's back to what I was saying with the Shaolin thing. My Sifu is a volunteer with the San Antonio Sheriff's Department. He works with the San Antonio Sheriff's Department. He had one of the key points of our training was in relation to shit like this. Disarming and defending against armed people, whether guns or knives. And we have trained.
Why do we have to take that risk? Why do police officers have to take that risk, though?
Well, it's not a matter of taking the risk. Here's the point I'm trying to make. Ours was basic training. The police have advanced training. They go into extreme fucking details with this shit. They know.
Panda Salat is not the typical thing that police officers learn anyway. It's called Aikido. Okay, and
Aikido, Panda Salat, and in some cases and in some jurisdictions, they also incorporate Shaolin.
They do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu too, just
And
like the
Brazilian
military.
Jiu-Jitsu. Yes.
They train just as hard as the military do, but that doesn't make it any more or any less capable of disarming a person with a knife. If a 5'9" police officer goes up, a 5'9" police officer who probably weighs 180 pounds, 185 pounds, typically
Going
goes
against
up against a
somebody else
6'3" of 200 and some odd pounds, that is an unfair fight. Who has a knife?
And I will concede to that.
And okay, so it's a case-by-case scenario, not as a whole, like you're trying to state.
Well, in retrospect, you have this issue. Granted, you are very much valid in your points, as is elephant in the room. Here's the point: is the people are seeing constant killing of civilians by police, constant abuse of authority by police. And the police,
I see that with civilians too, though.
yeah. But, like I said, the police are held to a higher standard because they are public servants. They are entrusted to dispense and handle this shit. They're sent out to apprehend and bring to justice criminals. The people simply want a police force. And granted, there are police out there who are good police.
Okay, so why don't we just dress up our police force in rainbow fucking robes, send them down the street with flowers instead of guns, and just be like, here, peace be upon you.
I'm not,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that, and neither are the people, and you know that I, myself, and the people are not saying that. What we are saying is exercise discretion, exercise humanity. Beating the shit out of somebody who's handcuffed on the fucking curb, shooting somebody in the back of a squad car that's handcuffed and already apprehended is not acceptable.
Okay, these are case-by-case scenarios, though. This is not, just because one apple is bad doesn't mean the whole barrel is.
No, and I'm not, but we're seeing we're seeing more and more accountability of this. And granted, it has been happening for a while, but more and more of it's coming to light.
Because of technology,
and
like I said.
Yeah, and it needs to be addressed, and it needs to be fixed. And that's all that people want. They want the problems fixed. They want the corrupt cops out. They want the good cops in. Okay? They don't want a lawless society. They don't want fucking police who are, for the most part, disarmed and can't do their job. They want the police to be able to do their job, but they want the police to be responsible in doing their job. They do not want the police to abuse their power.
These two police officers that shot this kid are probably going to lose their job. Okay, they're probably going to lose their job. They're probably going to lose their families over this. They might even serve jail time. Isn't that enough justice? That's the justice you're talking about, is bringing criminals to justice. Now, isn't that enough justice?
Quite possibly, but there are and have been instances where there have been corrupt cops who have gotten off the hook because their departments have investigated this shit and are just corrupt as they are and say, oh, there's nothing wrong. We found nothing wrong. Because the entire department...
It's all based on policy, dude. It's all based on policy. It has nothing to do with constitutional right. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with, civilians versus police officers. It has nothing to do with that, dude. It has to do with interdepartment policies, dude. That's it.
Exactly. Thank you.
There's a lot of gray area when it comes to police officers, dude. And like I said, if it's under their policy to shoot first and ask questions later, who are you to say that it's not right?
Because it shouldn't be shoot first and ask questions later.
Once again, that's your opinion. And second off, it's a case-by-case scenario.
It may or may not be a case-by-case scenario, but it's not just my opinion. It's the opinion of a great many people, or else this would not be an issue, and we would not be having this.
Dude,
discussion.
if I was a police
I
officer,
am drunk off my ass, and I'm still bringing up these points, and I can't think worth a shit right now.
My thing is if I was a police officer, you being one of my best friends, dude, and you were a criminal, if I had to shoot you and bring you down to protect somebody else, I would do it.
Okay, but as a human being,
because that would be my job at that point. I have sworn an oath to protect people.
Okay, is it your job to kill people, or is it your job to apprehend and bring people to justice?
It's my job to protect people. It's not about apprehending and bringing to justice. Yeah, that is the more frugal way of doing things. Don't get me wrong, I agree with you there. But on the other hand, too, if my only way that I can see is to bring you down and bring you down hard, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, I will agree with you there. But let me ask you this.
Act like a fucking monkey, get treated like a monkey, dude. And that's not a racist statement. I'm just saying, monkeys.
You act like an animal, treated like an animal, okay?
Yeah.
I understand that, but let me ask you this. If you could find a way to take somebody down without taking their life, would you take it? Especially with all the training that you have as a police officer, not as a militant. With your military training, take the military training out of the equation, because we can get to that in a minute. As a police officer, a civil servant, if you can take down somebody without taking their life, would you take that option?
By taking somebody down without taking their life?
Yes.
Yeah, of course I would.
Exactly, and that's all the people want.
And maybe that officer has the same opinion as that. But maybe at the time, his decision, based on what the facts were brought to light to him at that immediate moment, his only option was to take him.
And you know what? I agree with you there. That could have very well been the case, but that is not the case in all cases. And
I agree with you there.
And it's just, the people see constant video and documentation of the police acting out of context, going beyond what they're supposed to do, and just acting like the criminals that they're supposed to be protecting the people from. And that's what the people have a problem with. They don't want criminals with a license to kill, so to speak. They want responsible, moral police officers. They want police officers who will serve and protect them, that they can trust in.
Okay, now let me ask you this.
That will look out for them.
Let me ask you this. You just said you agreed with me.
Fear of.
Okay, but you just said you agreed with me, and that in that instance, maybe that was the case with that.
Yeah, that is the case.
Okay, but now you're retracting. You have to retract your statement saying it's not as a whole anymore. It's a case by case scenario.
It is somewhat of a case by case scenario, but you got to take into account as an American looking at constant reports. This person was this woman was ninja kicked in the head while she was handcuffed on the curb, sitting on the curb of the sidewalk. This woman was thrown into her cell and fucked up by the prison guards. This FBI agent who was investigating the conduct of the prison system disappeared off their fucking system and was fucking put in lockdown and beat the shit out of him. This fucking guy who was thrown in the back of a squad car, handcuffed, didn't have a fucking weapon, and was capped.
Okay,
that's a problem.
No, that is a problem, and I agree with you there.
And you see that as a whole, and then you see something like this, it's like, oh god, here we go again.
You don't see that as a whole. You see that as a category of corrupt officers, case by case scenario.
It's a category, but looking at this, you go, oh shit, here we go again.
Helplessness, being helpless, dude, and having an officer beat the shit out of you or shoot you in the face, dude, that's wrong. I agree with you. But on the same token, dude, if you're going to act like a jackass... See, in this case, dude, with the Ferguson shooting, that kid was not helpless. He had a knife. He had a choice. He could put the knife down and turn himself in. But he decided to flourish his blade.
He wanted to die, and he died.
Yeah.
It should have been the officer could have executed better discretion. He could have shot the guy in the knee. He could have fucking... many different things could have happened. But this is the way it happened. And he may be justified in his shit, and he may not. But what it comes down to is people don't want corrupt cops, and seeing this, without all the facts, have taken the issue, and maybe this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Maybe the cop was justified, but this was just the straw that broke the camel's back. We as Americans are tired of our people dying. Maybe that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and maybe the cop was justified. Maybe so, but still, it was the straw that broke the camel's back, and saying that that people need to stop needlessly being beaten and killed by corrupt police.
Agreed.
Maybe so.
Agreed. Unnecessarily.
Unnecessarily.
beaten and executed by corrupt police. Unnecessarily.
Yes.
But in
Yeah.
this case, which is, once again, a case-by-case scenario, in this instance,
Yeah.
do you or do you not believe that that kid had a choice just as much as the officer did?
There's always a choice.
All right.
Regardless
so
of who
as
you
long
are.
as you see it on the other end of the spectrum, just like I do
Well,
with the
I have
police.
to. You know, it's like I was telling that person regarding backtracking to the religious shit. You always have a choice. You always have the opportunity to think outside the box. Whether you choose to do that or whether you choose to act spur of the moment based on emotion is up to you.
And maybe that was the case with the Rodney King beating. You know, maybe it was an emotional thing. Maybe because, you know, Rodney King got stupid, said something about his wife and, you know, or whatever, he got pissed off. And, you know, maybe the officer did take it too far. But on the same token, too, you know, at the same time, you don't fucking tell somebody that has authority or somebody that has a gun, you don't bring a knife to that gunfight, dude. You just don't fucking bring a fuse to that explosive unless you want it to blow up. Bottom fucking line.
Well, like you were saying, the kid said, kill me, kill me. You know, just like in that Adam Sandler movie. You know, and he got his fucking wish in that respect. The cop could have done something better, but in the heat of the moment, he chose to act, and that's what he did. You know, maybe he was right in what he did, maybe he was wrong. We weren't there, so we cannot say.
Maybe he was wrong.
Wrong?
He's not Chinese.
I'm drunk!
You're drunk.
Give me another Scorpio. See, that's how fucked up I am, but
Wong.
you notice?
You know Chi Chung Jimmy Chung?
No Jimmy Chung Choi!
You hang out with him a day.
No! See, this is what happens in my day-to-day life, people. And I'm fucking blitzed. Not off this, but this!
Dude, don't light my house on fire, okay?
We're in the garage. Mostly cement there.
There's a wooden fucking table here.
Ah, like that's gonna catch fire before we go, oh shit!
Yeah, but then you're gonna brush it onto your blanket, and that's gonna catch fire, and then...
No, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna brush it off, it's gonna land on my crotch, and I'm gonna be fucking smacking myself, my dick's on fire, like
and
fucking
then,
Joe cartoon.
And then sparks are gonna fly, it's gonna light my dog Copper on fire, he's gonna chase another chicken in here.
I'm too drunk for this shit.
But, alright, well let's wrap this up then. In your
know,
opinion, with both of our arguments here, in your opinion, what is your standpoint now?
You and I are both in agreement that corrupt cops need to be held accountable and that police as a whole need to exercise discretion and use lethal force only when it is necessary.
But we are also in agreement that people as a whole need to use better discretion and be smarter about the actions that they take. And if they decide to take the wrong actions, take responsibility like grown-ups.
They reap what they sow.
Yeah.
And
And deal with it, or, you know, shit or get off the pot.
You know, the door swings both ways. People need to choose to be the best of themselves. If this guy in Ferguson got out of hand,
Last call.
you fucking... I don't even know. I'm drunk. I'm fucking hammered off this fucking buzzball, dude. This buzzball fucked me up.
Okay, well, let's bring this to an end now, guys.
And let's end the police corruption. As far as civilians go, fucking be more responsible.
Absolutely. Take responsibility.
Let's be more fucking responsible. You know, we don't have to act stupid in order to get the police to fucking shoot us, okay? We got enough problems with the police. Let's not.
If you want to die, kill yourself. Let's just put it that way. Don't make the police look bad because you want to be a jackass.
Well,
and don't be a fucking crazy ass jackass cop because you think you're all powerful. So
exactly. You know, and I want to touch base on this more next week, but we are, for the most part, out of time. So until next time. This is the Tin Man with the Resistance.
Lucid.
If you're watching this,
You are the Resistance.